campaign is over. Pretty much. I don't think I'll get another game in before the end. Maybe. Maybe. It's kind of sad, but it does remove all restrictions, leaving me free to add whatever I want. I can finally add all the sorcerers I want. I can be as cheesy as I like. I won't, unless I'm fighting certain people. I think things will probably continue as they were going, because I liked it. I like the whole idea of a warband that is built up. Stuff is added in a lore-friendly way, you know. Drink a tomato juice. And it's really awkward carton. It spills a lot. You know those cartons you get in supermarkets that aren't refrigerated? They're kind of on the dryer shelf? They leak a lot. They're terrible. I used to drink them when I was like walking around outside because they're really cheap. But, ugh, not good. You can't drink out of those. You can pour out of them barely. But, blood for the blood god. Tomatoes for the tomato frown. What was I talking about? Ah yes, I can add whatever I want now. So we're going to continue the army. And we're going to add all the things we said we were. You know, first and foremost, what we did together, which we said we were going to add a unit of Chaos Warriors led by Harry Potter, the Hammer. So that's going to happen. That has to happen because we said we'd do it. And I love that model. I love that. I want to have some foot soldiers, and I also want to have my baby somewhere in the force. So he's going to be leading. He's going to be the linchpin of the foot soldiers, because I have recently managed to acquire off eBay, it's on the way in the post, a hell cannon, which I've always wanted, since hell cannons have been a thing. And they've got some really interesting rules. I mean, they're not in the, I don't know if you noticed, but one of the things that was cut from the Grand Alliance book was unfortunately the hell cannon. I don't know why. And the Forsaken as well. I don't understand the Forsaken going. I mean, maybe they just didn't sell a lot, but compared with model arts like Possessed Chaos Space Marines, the Forsaken were a real step forwards. You know, they'd finally managed to get tentacles looking good, I feel like. You know, not just like, ugh, kind of thing. So, I was surprised, but it doesn't matter, because the Hell Cannon has rules in Weeeeeell. Those free PDFs. And so does Little Archaon as well, who I'm also going to be using to kill cheesy things in combination with a Demon Prince, which will be cool. Yeah, but as we said, we're going to keep to the core of our theme, which is a mounted warband. Which there's a warband right in the front of the Grand Alliance tome actually called the Ruinbringer warband, which is pretty much do that. Please do that. I want you to do that. So it's basically Chaos Lord on Demonic Mount, which is our boy Andronicus. I think my flies are undone. Could be worse. Alright, that's our boy Andronicus, so he's perfect for that. He is ideal. I apologise, it's not focusing. My face is the main feature. I've got some kind of bump coming out there. On the whole though, face is looking pretty good lately. I digress. So, Chaos Lord and Demonic Mount. Then, 5 units chosen from Knights, Chariots, Gorbeast Chariots, and I can't raise my 4th finger on its own, so it has to be the 5th. Marauder Horsemen. So at the moment, I've got a Chariot, got a unit of Chaos Knights, and I have another unit of Chaos Knights. 5 in each one. You know, just keep minimum, because I don't want to be having that many wounds on Chaos Knights, really. I love them, but they're not that good. Not really. I can buff them though, so we'll see. So that's 3 things. What I've currently got almost painted. The Chaos Knights, Chariot, not Gorbeast Chariot, and the 2nd unit of Chaos Knights. Got 2 more spaces then. What are these going to be? One is going to be a 3rd unit of Chaos Knights. 5 minimum, yeah, that's where it's going to be. 5th, Marauder Horsemen. Not sure how many will be in that unit. I'm thinking 5. We'll see. We'll see. So that's the Ruinbringer Warband, the core of the force, a compulsory part. That's definitely going to be there. Andronicus on his demonic mount, Sarpedon and his knights, another Doom Knight and his knights, another Doom Knight and his knights. Maybe there are her. I don't discriminate. Anyway, and my Marauder Horsemen, who you haven't seen actually, but I've had them for a long time. They're not done yet, as with everything I own. So yeah, and they're led by, I can't remember the leader of the Marauder Horsemen. I know one of them's, whatever, we'll save that for a separate video. So that's the Ruinbringer, the core of the force. Now, there are several other things that we have to add, because we said we wanted to add them, and we want to add them. So, the unit of Chaos Warriors, probably keeping them to a minimum, because Chaos Warriors really eat into the wounds. 2 wounds each, and the minimum size is 10, so 20 wounds minimum. Probably going to do 12, because that's how many you get in a box. You don't anymore, you get more than that these days. I don't know how many. Look it up, if you really care. So, yeah. So, and leading them will be their leader, who will be Harry the Hammer. So, I may play around with the numbers in that unit just to make it a nicer number, because 13 is not a great number. Although it is, actually, isn't it? It's not a great number for ranking up, but as a number, pretty cool. Yeah. So, yeah, we're definitely doing them. So at the moment, a Ruinbringer. When I calculate the Ruinbringer, 15 wounds for 5 Chaos Knights, yeah? 30 wounds for 10 Chaos Knights. 45 wounds for 15 Chaos Knights. I can count. I'm just a bit confused. It's not an excuse. Yeah, Royal Horsemen, 2 wounds each. That's 10 wounds from them. 45 at 10, 55. Chaos Chariot, 7 wounds. 55 at 7, 62. Finally, Chaos Lord and Demonic Mount. 7 wounds, I do believe, because Archaon's 8, and he has to have more. Little Archaon, by the way, not big one. So 8 add 62, 70. Beautiful number. So, added to that, we have Chaos Warriors. Now I know that when I added it all up, it came to a beautiful 100 wounds. Beautiful, really beautiful. Now, we definitely want a Chaos Sorcerer. He is a nice little 5 wounds, I think. Where's my book? Get over it. There we go. Buy this. It's cheap. I spilt Lau Me a medium, well, never mind. But interestingly, it just wipes straight off. A little bit of rough wiping all that, but you know, on the whole, pretty good. Pretty good. I'd like to have some Varangard leading this army as well. They'd be a great, ultimate, ultimate mounted unit. I couldn't think of that then. My mind went blank. We're not counting the Demon Prince towards the wounds because he'll be summoned in. I like counting wounds. It's a nice number, and also I imagine there'll be several sort of formats that need that. I'm not a tournament person. 5 wounds for a Chaos Sorcerer, whether he's on a mount or not. So 5 wounds add to 70. 75 wounds. So that's not the number I was expecting. I know that roundabout it comes to about 100 wounds though. So basically we add 12 Chaos Warriors to that, which is around about 24, yeah, because they got 2 wounds each. 24 adds 75. I might have got something wrong, but whatever the case, this comes to 99. So Ruinbringer, Chaos Sorcerer, mount or not, doesn't make any difference. Chaos Warriors led by our boy Harald. Pretty much 100 wounds. Pretty much 100 wounds. So that's the way that is. Summoning in a Demon Prince. Where we go from there, probably Archaon. Although obviously I'm not going to be calling him an Archaon because that doesn't really fit in the lore. I don't think. That wouldn't be fair. So what I'm thinking is, with Chaos, if you've got a ton of advertisement, if you've got a ton of these awesome heroes that have died, but as it's Chaos, they can't really die, and they're just sitting in the realm of Chaos, why wouldn't you bring them back? And here's the thing, yeah? Archaon, although he's bigger now and he's swelled to Primarch size, he's wearing something called the Armour of Morcar. Morcar was, as far as I'm aware, I don't think Be'lakor might have been actually, but he's wearing the Armour of Morcar, who was an Everchosen, first or not, I don't know. I haven't read the End Times, not all of it. I think I read Cain in the first one. They were good. Cain got a bit bad towards the end, I'll give it that. Big books are good though, I digress. The armour of Morcar. So Morcar, basically, if you think about it, if he's wearing the armour of Morcar, he looks like Morcar, yeah? Because if he's wearing Morcar's armour and all you see is the armour, you don't see his skin or nothing, then he's pretty much Morcar, right? And since all of his stuff looks different now, I think I could quite easily get away of calling all the smaller Archaon models Morcar. And I quite like the idea of that. You know, the idea that Morcar comes back and he's like... Because Morcar doesn't like Archaon. The Archaon books are really good. I don't know about the Antimes one, but I've read the two preceding that. Lord of Chaos, that was the second one, and Everchosen. Yeah, really good books. So Morcar doesn't like Archaon. Whatever the case, it makes a nice reason to bring back the model and make it as good as it is in the rules, you know? So, he's a thing. He's definitely a thing. Anyway, not really relevant to this building, but that's what I thought I'd say if I'm going to put Archaon in with Archaon's rules. Another thing I definitely want is a War Shrine, because it will allow me to make my knights actually kind of good. I mean, the Ruinbringer Warband makes them quite good, but not good enough. I suppose after that would be another Sorcerer, maybe? Yeah, maybe another Ruinbringer, but I don't want to go too high on wounds. Not really. Transporting knights is a nightmare. Right. I think that'll do. I believe so. I think I'll hang up. It was good talking to you. I hope I don't bore you. You saw a few models. I've got a few more. Oh, there's a Hell Cannon as well. That's another thing to add in. Rules for that aren't in here. As I say, I don't know why. I guess you could say the Forsaken probably didn't sell enough, but people fucking love the Hell Cannon. The Hell Cannon's a great model. Anyways, I've got a Hell Cannon. I'm happy. I got it on eBay. I got it a little bit over the price they were selling it for originally on GW, so I was well chuffed. If you were bidding for it as well, I apologise. I will paint it in your honour. You may dislike this video if that was you. You are quite in your rights. And also, if you don't like the way this is going in this video, like if you don't like me sitting here talking about shit, which you might think is shit, some people don't, but you know, you're quite like alright to think that, then give it a dislike, you know, and I will look at that and I'll feel like, maybe I shouldn't do this kind of video again. You know, maybe we'll look at models and not my disgusting face. And worse teeth. But anyways, if it just got darker, it's because my computer screen just went off. Anyways, yeah, I am actually in favour of the dislike button, as long as it's not, it's like, I hate this guy, dislike, turn off video. That's stupid, yeah. If you can leave a dislike, I would definitely prefer if you told me why. But that's my personal opinion. I actually think like the dislike button has a place in civilized YouTube. So that was quite the ramble. That was my longest video so far. So, bye bye. Ta-ta. Arrivederci. That was terrible.